What's going on, fans? It's your man, Smoking, No Joking with Big A. So I got a comment, and I think I wanted to go ahead and put this out there for you. It was, hey, Big A, do I need a smoker to get that tender, juicy meat that you be cooking? And guess what? The answer is no. Remember, smoking is about flavor. So you can still get tender, juicy, delectable, I made that word, meat by using the oven. But here's a little prep you need to do. Today we doing a massive, big ass piece of beef chuck roast. So the first thing is, take a look here. And I told people this, when you go to the store and you buy your meat fresh, right? You can break it down as well as season it, right? Break it down to where it's, let me get in a little more light. Break it down where it's feasible for you and your family. You buy the family pack of beef, steaks, ground beef, pork chops, chicken. I mean, break those down. But here's the trick. You can take that broke down meat, then you can season it with all your wonderful herbs and spices. Remember the world of herbs and spices. So you break the meat down, you season it, you put it up in that Ziploc, then you throw it in the freezer. The reason why you do this is you done cut your prep time down by 90%. Because all you're going to do is throw it out, maybe lay a few more spices and herbs up on the top, and then you're going to throw it in the oven. So here's today's tips and tidbits. You want to get that tender, juicy, wonderlicious, that's another word I invented, meat all up into your food. And you can do this without a smoker. If you put it in the oven, remember the rules. For tender, juicy meat, it's about going low and it's about going slow. So I'm going to put some meat up in the oven. I'm going to do it at a 225. We're going to do a 225 today, and I'm going to leave it up in there for 4 hours. I'm going to seal it up tight with all the spices and herbs and, of course, that butter. And I'm going to teach you one more trick. Now, remember, if you've got a thick cut of meat, again, you can pre-season it, have it sealed up, you kind of throw it out, right? But now you don't have a smoker. So you go in the oven so you can get your meat nice and tender. Like I say, it's a 3-rule tenderness thing that I do. Based off the cut of meat, this here is a thick cut of meat, right? For any other cuts, you want to go low and you want to go slow, meaning slow as far as time. But here's my trick for the thick cuts. No matter what, you putting it on the smoker, you putting it on the grill, inject, right? Get all intimate with your meat. So not only do I inject my meat when I'm putting it on the smoker or the grill, I also inject it when I'm putting it inside the oven because I'm going to seal it tight. That injection, let me explain the goodness of the injection. Not only can you inject your food with just a massive amount of flavor, but it keeps the integrity, that moisture on the inside, right? And again, sealing is just to lock it in. I remember my friend Ramsey, right? He was, bless you, brother, rest your soul. He was going in for the military, right? But they said, yo, man, you got to lose a few pounds. Now, y'all ever seen those sweatsuits, right? Mugs be putting on the sweatsuits and they like a big old plastic bag. Well, I remember me and Ramsey, we had a workout. And when he pulled that thing open, y'all, let me tell you, it was a plethora of just sweat, just boosh, pour it all out. Well, it's the same thing about sealing your meat tight. What happens is, as it evaporates, it has its own natural juices, but they don't go nowhere. So they lock in and they keep the integrity of the meat nice and moist. So that there is today's tips and tidbits. Now, take a good look, right? Look at the size of that meat. So on the bottom side here, I got butter. I got some seasoning. I done already seasoned it. As you can see, I had it locked in. So the seasoning that I put on there is gone. It blended itself into the meat. So I'm going to coat this with all of my secret special K 14 herbs and spices. But also, if you look here, look at the thick cut of that meat. I'm going to inject it with some of that beautiful, wonderful, warm garlic butter. All right? And that's going to help keep the inside of this meat all nice and tender. When I wrap it up nice and tight, I'm going to seal it. And I'm going to bake it low and I'm going to bake it slow. So I got a little side editor's note. After looking at the girth of that piece of meat, right? I was like, you know what? I'm trying to eat here by like 5:45, 6 o'clock. Now, I was going to do the 225, but I increased the heat to 250. It's not going to mess with the integrity because I done injected it. And you remember that saved the side of that butter because you're going to take it and you're going to drizzle it all up in there halfway through the cook. So about 2 hours in, I'm going to take it, I'm going to drizzle it up with my butter and then reseal it tight. But once again, editor's note, for me, I'm doing a 4 hour. I did it at 250. You could have left it at the 225, but again, I don't like my meat kind of red. I like it cooked all the way through. In that instance, you're going to have to do like a 5-6 hour cook if you're using a big old thick cut of meat like I just did. And that's some beef chuck roast, y'all. Yeah, look at all that good tender juiciness now. I don't think I showed you this, but we gonna drizzle. Remember that leftover butters? We gonna drizzle it like honey running down the neck, all down to the small of the back. We just gonna drizzle all that good butters all up on top of that. Now this was the halfway cook. We gonna go ahead, we gonna wrap it back up tight, and then I'm gonna see y'all when we finish with the finished product. Ooh-wee! We done pulled it off. Now I'm gonna show y'all the end result. Now remember this, tips and tidbits number 2. You could have diced up some fresh onion or kept them kind of whole, you know, in the large rings and put that on there. I mean, if you like peppers and all that stuff with your meat, you could have wrapped that all up in there and it all would have gotten soft and mixed in with the meat. So there's a lot of ways you can prepare this. Remember, experiment. Put some love up in it. Now, if you know, you know. Now, this is the test I do. You know the type of knife you're supposed to use, but I'm going to show y'all here. This is just a butter knife. I'm just going to go ahead, put that butter knife right through there, let you know that's how tender it is, all the way through to the bone. We about to eat. I got the yellow rice and corn on the side. So this your man, Smoking No Joking with Big A. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing y'all all again. Put some love up there.